Good afternoon. I'm Tony Martinez with Transwest Truck Trailer and RV here in Fountain, Colorado. And today I'm going to show you the 2023 Newmar Aire 3547. The Aire is one of the smaller coaches, but still in the luxury line. They created the Aire because a lot of the folks in the King Aires, London Aires, Essexes that are 45 feet long still wanted to enjoy RVing, but they wanted a shorter coach with all the luxuries of what they had before. So we're going to go over this together. This coach is 35 feet 10 inches. You're about 12 feet 10 inches tall, so it's a little bit shorter than your standard coaches. About 3 years ago, Newmar started it with the 450 engine. So this coach has the same engine as the Dutch Star, the 8.9 liter Cummins turbo diesel with 450 horsepower and 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. So in RV terms, this thing will get up and go with that motor in it. So we'll start over here with everything. So as you notice, with this coach, you have the 305/70R 22.5 inch wheels. They are stainless or alloys, all Alcoa. If you go over here by the driver's door, everything is keyless entry. You do have a doorbell. This is programmable, so if you wanted to program it to your special code, you could do that. Everything in Newmar comes with the generic code, so you definitely want to change that out so nobody can get into your coach. You have your turn signal cameras there, so if you turn a turn signal on, the monitor inside, which we go over, it'll show that side of the coach. As we go back, this is part of the luxury line where you have these big windows, and this is an option that I highly recommend. These windows here, they all open. So like in the King Aire and some of the other luxury line coaches, those windows don't open, but in the Aire, this is an option, and it's a highly recommended option that I would order mine for. And when we go inside, I'll show you how they work. So this coach is also equipped with the Girard window awnings. I would have everything out, but the wind here in Fountain just started to kick up, so I don't have any of the awnings out just for safety reasons. But this coach also has awnings that basically the full length of the coach. Like we've talked about before, a lot of the other manufacturers just have an awning here for basically the half coach where the patio. Newmar does it to where both sides of the whole length of the coach you have awnings. As we go over here, we'll start here. Here's your fuel fill. The Aire has 90 gallons of fuel. You can fill from both sides of the coach. Fuel you can, DEF you cannot. The DEF fill is on the other side, and when we get to that side, I'll show you how that is. You have turn signals here on the side. You have docking lights. So if you're getting ready to pull into a campground and it's dark on the side, you just turn the docking lights on and it'll illuminate that side of the coach so you don't bump into anything. In your first bay here, you have your refrigerator freezer, and it is on a pull-out tray. So food, beer, anything, sodas, you don't have to go inside in and out all the time to enjoy. So when you have your awning out, you're watching TV, you could just come out here and get your beverages. I'm going to kind of hold these doors so the wind doesn't catch them. So this here is your second bay. This too has a pull-out tray that you have access from either side. And this side here opens up from both sides. So this is your main storage, and this gives you a huge amount of storage for everything. You do have a slide-out tray. This slide-out tray only goes about 3/4 of the way, so this doesn't go all the way through. And then you have your central vac accessories here, extra tiles. You have your water hose or air hose, and you have some safety rods to get your slides in the event that you lose power. So right here you have the Samsung TV exterior right here on the side, Bose sound bar. You can control the dash radio or the TV from right here, some outlets. So if you wanted to add some accessories out here, You can plug anything in that you wanted. So right here, just another storage area. Has a lot of your electronic stuff in there. I wouldn't recommend playing with any of that stuff unless you know what you're doing, because that controls a lot of functions from the other throughout the coach. So just make sure that you bring it into service department if any of those things get knocked around when you have things in there. Go back to, here's your other docking light. So those two lights work together to help you park. You have your main storage there. So right here is your chassis batteries, your chassis disconnect. So everything's pretty accessible. If you had to store your coach or anything, you could just flip the disconnects off and that'll shut the power off to the chassis. You step back, and so the 3547, you have a full, basically a full wall slide here. So when we get inside for a roughly a 36 foot coach, there is a ton of room inside of here, and when we go in there, I'll show you everything. As we talked about, this particular one is on the Freightliner chassis. You can get it on the Spartan as well. You do have the 8.9 liter Cummins with the 450 horsepower. You have your hitch here, so if you're flat towing, it's rated to tow 10,000 pounds. If you're going to put something on a trailer, you're limited to about 5,000 pounds, because about 10% of that is your vertical trailer hitch, so it's about 500 pounds. So if you're going to tow something, I'd highly recommend that you flat tow, because that'll open up your options to a lot more vehicles to tow. So we come around here for a short coach. A lot of folks really like the side radiator. Side radiator allows you to have a bigger radiator, keeps that 450 horsepower cool, so you're not going to run into any problems with anything like that. So here you have your DEF tank. It's 15 gallons. You can only fill it from this side. This doesn't have the dual fill, only your fuel does. So you have your DEF there. As we go back, other side of your docking lights here, you have your window awnings for your living room. We'll go over this together. This is an emergency egress door. It's a security door, so you can't get into it from the outside, only from the inside out. This is your wet bay. And as you can see, everything is clearly marked. It's real clean. You have your macerator here. Your water is on a power reel, so you just pull it out and then you just push a button and it pulls back in. And speaking of tank capacities, on this one you have 105 gallons worth of fresh, you have 60 gallons of gray and 40 gallons of black water. So plenty of tank capacity to do your extended camping and anything like that. And everything is just, like I said, clearly marked, so even if as the coach ages and everything out, you're always going to be able to see where everything is and what everything does without it wearing off or coming off. This bay right here is your Oasis system. Your Oasis system provides heat for the coach as well as hot water, so that'll run on gas or electric. You have your 50 amp power cord there. That too is on a power reel. Your retract button is just right here. So as you pull it out, you could just come out and you just push the button and it'll pull it back in. Right above it is your central vac system. So everything's pretty easy to access when you have to change your bags out or anything like that. So Newmar makes everything real convenient to change and real easy to service. All your compartments, carpet lined, so that helps with the insulation and the road noise and everything like that. This right here is just the other side of your storage compartment. Like we talked about, that tray only goes about 3/4 of the way, so you can't get it from this side, only the other side. Then if you go right here, you do have some electrical connections to help diagnose different things if things start failing on you. Once again, I would highly recommend taking it into a service center if you feel there's any issues, because You could really mess some things up if you're not careful. I'm going to open these two together because these kind of work together. You have lithium batteries in this particular coach, so you have 640 amp hours worth of power, 320 a piece, and then you have dual 3000 watt inverters, so you have plenty of power to do whatever you want, pretty much however you want. This particular coach is with solar, so as what you're using in there is depleting the energy, the solar is replenishing it and recharging those batteries. Here's the other side of the fuel fill, so you can fill once again from both sides. And as we're getting closer to the front of the coach, we do have the generator running, and we have it running so you can see how quiet it is. I mean, it's not very noisy out here, and then when you go out inside, you'll be able to barely hear it. Right here is just some more fuses. You have the extra fuses. Your hood releases is up here too. So once again, we do have the generator running. This is an 8,000 kilowatt generator. It's an Onan Quiet diesel, so it shares the same fuel tank as the coach. So if as long as you have over a quarter of a tank of fuel, that thing will run. You have your hot water line to the generator, so you have hot water if you wanted to wash your coach off, wash the bugs off, or anything of that nature. You can wash your coach off with some hot water. When we go around, you could just see, just from the reflection, Newmar's paint is impeccable. They do a great job when it comes to painting everything. So we'll go inside now and we'll get out of the wind, and then I'll open up the slides for you so we can see how much space you have with the slides closed and open. Go ahead, Jody. So now we're inside. You can see the inside of the coach is like a white wood. I mean, it's super bright in here, super light. Something that you'd want while you were out and about. You don't want anything real dark and real gloomy. So everything is really bright in here. As you can see, you can walk all the way through. You do have access to completely open your refrigerator. You have enough room to do dishes or anything like that, even with the slides closed. This particular coach is a bath and a half, so you can even get to your half bath while you're in transit without any problems at all. And this is a regular hinging door, so you can see how easy it is. And just like the other floor plan models, you can get into the bed, but when the slides are closed, the only thing you lose is the ability to walk around it. So as we go back through here, I'll open these slides one at a time so you can see how, with such a small coach, these slides make such a huge difference when the slides are out. You can just see listen to how quiet the slides are, and then as you see underneath, this is what Newmar calls more floor. So your slide is actually in an upright position right now, and then as it gets to the end point, you can see it actually drop down into the floor, which will provide you a completely flat floor. And then we'll do the other side. The other side is the big slide that we talked about outside, basically a full wall slide. You can just hear how quiet everything is. And what I'm going to do is I'll put these down here so we can walk around and we'll go over everything together. This is optioned with ottomans, so you can see the ottomans. They do have storage inside of them. They do have a hard back here, so if you wanted to use them for like TV trays, you could do any of that. Put your drinks or a plate on there, and you don't have to worry about it falling over or anything like that. So as we go, so once again, this is with the slide out. You have your ottomans here. This is a sleeper sofa. You have plenty of storage up above, so for any of your belongings, and these are fairly deep. You could get in here. Your corners over here are slightly deeper, and they'll go all the way back in there. And I'm going to show you here. This is, like I says, the option that I highly recommend, because everybody in the luxury line especially likes the big windows, but a lot of folks want something that opens. In the Newmar, this is an option. So you just open the windows and they slide completely. So you could go everything with free air, and then you just pull your screen out, and that'll allow you to get air venting, because there's a window on the other side as well, without having to worry about any bugs or anything getting inside of here. So that option just makes everything really nice, because the big windows are a big deal, but you always want to be able to vent as well. So as you're sitting here in the couch, if we could come over on this side, Jody, get my phone out of here. You have your KIB keyboard, and this gives you all the options that you want for lighting, shades, fans, your systems, your monitor panels, window awnings, display brightness. So the cool thing about Newmar, they make everything kind of self-explanatory. So like, say for instance you wanted to know what the systems do. So you go to I'll show you here, you just hit the little eye there, go to whatever system you want, and it'll explain what that particular option does. And you could do it with any of them. So you just hit home, hit the little eye, shades. It tells you what you have to do to open those shades or close the shades, turn different functions on, so on and so forth. So here's systems. You can turn your water pump on here. This is probably the menu that you'll use the most. This one has the TV lift, so as you're watching TV, you can see on the other side you have your TV going up. Once again, the televator is ultra quiet. It's not going to disturb anything as it's going up. So this is how it would look when you're in here watching TV. If you're just visiting or anything like that, you could just put the TV down. Once again, you have your ottomans here. They do have storage underneath. This is a sleeper sofa. Here, let's just put it out. I'll show you how it works here. So when you come over here, if you want to use it for a sleeper sofa, you just come over here, undo the Velcro in the back. These two cushions are sewn together, so they come up apart as one piece. Then you just pull up, one leg down, other leg's down, push the cushion up, and as you see back here, you do have seat belts in these positions. So that too is another thing that a lot of folks ask, if you do have seat belts back here, and you do. And then that makes a pretty good sized bed. So in RV terms, you could sleep 4 here, 2 in the bedroom, 2 here. And to put it back up, just go here, push it down, get your 2 cushions together again. And as simple as that. So get the awnings out, or the ottomans back. as we go over to the dining area, this does have the Euro booth. This table is expandable. There's a couple extra leaves, so you can actually sit probably 4 or 5 people here if you want. It does come, the coach does come with 2 folding chairs for this area if you needed to extend it for extra guests. Underneath, you do have some storage. Put some of your knickknacks, games, magazines, anything like that. This side has it as well. This table is fixed, so this does not create another sleeping area. Once you get to this level, these tables are just tables. If you look up above, you do have several storage compartments. This is your audio video compartment, so dish receivers, Xboxes, PlayStations, anything like that, you can plug everything into here. Along with your TV, you do have your Bose soundbar up above too, so you do have surround sound. The window over there opens the same way the other one does. Over on this keyboard here, you have all the functions for basically this wall. Kitchen lights, overhead lights, the accent lights, and then the courtesy lights. So this panel will control a lot of the functions that are over here in this wall. Then as we go over to the kitchen, you have a drawer for your trash can. Little compartment for sponges or cleaning supplies, anything like that. If we go over to this side, you have some additional storage. And then on this side you have some drawers. And this is the one thing when it comes to Newmar, especially in their luxury line, all of this stuff is real wood. And if you look here, just the quality, so as you're comparing other brands and everything, some of the other manufacturers, on some of their coaches, they just glue these 2 pieces together, so over time this is going to separate. Here Newmar uses dovetails, and all of this has been sanded really nice. It's really smooth, but something like that, when you see the dovetails, you know that this is a quality coach, because those dovetails will last forever as you're pulling that drawer in and out. And you can see all of them, same thing. The craftsmanship, the workmanship, the Amish build these, and their quality and pride in workmanship is second to none. As you go down, the drawers get a little bit deeper. And everything is soft close. And if we go to this side over here, you have some additional storage. You have some of the vital information on regarding your coach, your VIN numbers, your tank capacities, your gross vehicle weight ratio. You have some of your color codes for your paint. And then inside you have some other chassis information, such as the VIN number, the kind of chassis it is, so on and so forth. And right now what we have stored here is all 10 volumes of your owner's manual and some more supplemental manuals here to explain all the functions of your coach. One of the things we do at Transwest, a technician will go through everything with you to show you how everything works. So if you get bored and you want to read that stuff, you know, have at it. But here, our goal is that when you take delivery of a coach, my technician will answer any questions that you have, show you how everything works and that it does in fact work, so you know exactly when you leave here how everything works. Little pull-out compartment there. That outlet is for your microwave convection oven here. So if we go here, pretty large capacity. I think I just turned it on. So, oh well. So you have your single sink there. We have everything winterized right now, so we have all the water filters and everything out. As we go here, you have your induction cooktop. Inductions is starting to become commonplace in all the RVs because instead of having an open flame heating up your coach and then just the safety aspect of a flame in here, they have induction. So the only thing with induction, you have to have magnetic pots and pans, but it'll boil water very, very quickly. And then once you take the pan off if you're cooking, this will be warm enough to touch. It's not gonna really burn you. I mean, it gets warm, but it's just a much safer unit. And then if you cook anything that is smelly and you don't want to stink up your coach, you can just remove it, unplug it, you take it outside, and you can cook whatever you wanted to outside. And then you see here, once again, you have the opening for your kitchen window. So I can't stress enough that how awesome these windows are, because nothing is better than getting some fresh air when you're out and about. So if you're considering a Newmar, I highly recommend that option. And if we go here to this side, you have a really, really deep storage compartment. You probably, if you're not real tall, you probably need a step stool to get to all the way to the back of it, because this one is very, very deep. And then you have your Samsung 3-door refrigerator, so you have the double doors for your refrigerator. And then you have the single drawer down below for your freezer portion of it. And you do have your ice maker down there as well. This is your refrigerator lock, so once that's locked, you can't open or close the doors or anything, so it just keeps all of your foods and your beverages locked inside as you're driving. So we come back a little farther. You have your utensil drawer, all your remotes for your TVs, your awnings, some touch-up paint, water filter wrenches, so on and so forth. You do have your dishwasher. Some folks use the heck out of it. Some folks just use it for additional storage for your pots and pans. I have one customer, they put their wine in there. They said it works very, very well. If you look down below, like we talked about outside, you do have the central vac system. So your hoses go here. Then right here is your electronic dustpan, so you just sweep anything up and it just gets sucked in right there. This is your half bath. I think this is really awesome for such a short coach that you have a bath and a half. So you have plenty of room in there, the single sink, you have your lights in the mirror. And then let me squeeze by you here, buddy. Right here, all your functions and your fuses, your circuit breakers, everything is in the cabinet here. So if you run into any issues and something trips, this is where you want to do it. But please, whatever you do, don't come in here, wash your hands, and start messing around with this stuff in here. You can't. Oh, there we go. Got it. So you have your medicine cabinet there. And there is an outlet there for blow dryers or anything on the bottom there. It's kind of, there you go. And then you do have some additional storage down below. You have additional outlets here. And some storage in there as well. And for a half bath, this is pretty roomy. Plenty of room in here. Don't have to worry about your knees hitting the doors, anything like that. Go to the other side. Huge pantry. Huge pantry. Everything is locked, so to get them out, you just push it in and then they come out. So you have plenty of storage for food, condiments, spices, everything. Down below you have some adjustable shelves for cooking sheets or any kind of pots or pans you can put down there, and all those panels come out and you're able to adjust them accordingly to the size of your whatever you're storing in there. And then while we're here, we'll just go over this as well. Here at Mid-Coach, this is your control panel. You can control all the functions of your unit. All your pertinent information is here, and everything can be controlled here. So you go to your home, it shows you all your tank levels. This shows you the status of your batteries. Leg 1, leg 2. So leg 1, there's certain appliances and features of the coach that are on leg 1, leg 2, and so on and so forth. So each one, everything in here has a leg that it goes to, corresponds with. So once you learn that, you'll know what is doing what and so on and so forth. Here, this is your AC power. Tells you your max draw for your charger, your inverters. Once again, this tells you what leg's drawing how much. This right here is your battery charge levels and what your batteries are doing, so on and so forth. You have your chargers on, whether it's bulk charging. So this will tell you if you're plugged in, you're running your generator, anything like that. Your generator's there. You can start your generator here, stop it from here, set your auto gen start. Your auto gen start will allow you to control when this generator starts based on voltage or temperature or both. So if the batteries, you're out camping or anything and the coach senses the battery's getting below a certain point, this will sense it, start the generator, charge those batteries back up, and then shut itself off. Temperature wise, if you have pets in here, once again, you're out camping, doing whatever, senses the coach getting above a certain point, it'll start the generator, which will turn the air conditioners on, cool the coach down, and then shut itself off. Go to your water. This is all your tank capacities. There is a smaller screen in the wet bay out there that will also tell you all of your tank levels. You can turn your water pump on here. You can turn your autofill on or off here as well. This is all your climate. This is how you control your Oasis, your air conditioning. So this is all your heating and air conditioning for all zones. So you have the living room, bedroom, bathroom. You can control all those zones independently. Your block heater, turn it off or on. That also is in the back. That's your status of your batteries. So your lithium batteries. Coach mode, this basically gives you some predetermined things of what, based on what kind of camping you're doing. This is what they recommend, if you're outdoor and you're plugged in, those are probably the systems you want to use. If you're outdoor unplugged, those are the systems you want to use, so on and so forth. And then all you have to do is hit activate, and it uses those systems to do whatever you've set on this side. This side you have your floor heat. So you have your front, mid, and rear. So basically the whole floor of the coach is heated. So that makes it real nice. So you have the Oasis heating, you have the floor heating, and then you have heat pumps in the air conditioner. So you really have 3 sources of heat in the coach. Your awnings out here, you can put the awnings in and out, do the shades, so on and so forth. Your vent fans. So the vents up in the kitchen, you have one in the master bath, and then you have one here as well to where you can turn them off or on. your shades. It gives you a map of the coach. This will tell you and allow you to pick and choose which areas you want to do the shades, lift up the TV, so on and so forth. This is your master control for your lights, and turn all your lights on at from one area, or you can pick and choose which areas you want it on. And then your cameras here. This does have the 360 camera, so at any point in time, if you're in here and you hear something, you can scroll through the different cameras and it'll give you the different views, basically a 360 view of what's all around your coach. So that's a very cool system there. Then as we go on, we'll go into the bedroom, and I'll kind of come over here so Jody can come in. So your bedroom here, you have a queen bed. And with the Newmar, and along with some of the other luxury line coaches, you have windows in the headboard area of the coach. And you know what? Let me do this. We never put the bedroom slide out. So those windows there, they do have shades on them, so you can get complete privacy while you're in your bedroom. And then what we can do is, if you want, we can lay in the bed and we can look at the controls up above the bedroom. There we go. So if you look underneath here, you just tap it to wake it up, and you have another KIB board here that will control a lot of the functions of your coach here as well. The lighting, the shades, fans, systems, monitor panel, window awnings, then just your display brightness. So a lot of the things you can control here are basically all controlled by, you don't even have to get out of bed to control these functions here. So that's a pretty neat feature. You know, when you don't have to get out of bed, you could do your water pump, your lighting, so on and so forth. So another thing that makes everything convenient for you when you're laying in bed, you don't have to get out to turn things off or on. You could just stay laying here. And then on both sides of the bed, you do have some storage. And inside of those storage compartments, you do have an outlet and some USB ports. So if it comes to plugging in a CPAP machine or having to charge your cell phone or anything like that, you can just plug your item in there, and then you can run your cords through the opening up above the door there. You do have some storage underneath the bed. There's your 2 additional leaves to extend your table in the dining room there. And it's all on struts, so it's real easy to open. There's no struggle to put it up or down. And we'll go to this side of the room. Once again, you have another panel to control all your functions for the bedroom. You have storage here and storage here. You do have your top drawer is adjustable. You can move it up or down according to whatever you have in there. That drawer or that cabinet is all free for storage. This side, use your top one for all your audio video equipment. All your outlets and your plug-ins and your cable and everything are right there to put all that in there. You have a nice countertop here in the bedroom to put any knickknacks or anything up here. Nice storage. Drawers are pretty deep, so you have room in there. Then you have another place that you could sit, so if you're putting on your shoes or anything like that, you can just sit up there and put your shoes on. And these drawers too, all pretty good size. Plenty of storage for a coach that's so small. And as we go back, here's the main bathroom. So in your main bathroom here, you want to step in. A nice sized medicine cabinet. You have that same window here for fresh air. And you can just put the screen out so no bugs will get in or anything like that, because when you're doing things in here, you want some good ventilation. The ceiling fan works extremely well, but sometimes it doesn't work well enough, and you need a window to open up as well. Toilet, all porcelain. You have your washer and dryer. You do have the separates, which works very well over the all-in-one some other manufacturers use. Then on this side you do have your shower. Your shower does have the Aquamizer system in it. So that's basically a recirculating pump. So you turn the system on. If you see the little light there, you turn it on. That light will turn red when hot water is available. So water and power are basic essentials for when you're camping. And the last thing you want to do is waste a bunch of water. So you turn this system on. It basically recirculates that water till hot water is available. That light turns red. You can turn your water on and you have hot water immediately, rather than wasting water like at your house where it takes a minute or two for you to get hot water. You do have your lighted mirrors on your medicine cabinet. It is carpeted here, so things aren't going to be sliding around or everything. You do have an outlet if you wanted to do a hair dryer or anything like that. You have your single sink. You do have some storage down below. And then on this side here, I'll open it and then I'll let you squeeze by there, Jody. You have a huge closet with a huge amount of storage space, hanging closet. You do have your 2 additional folding chairs here, and you do have your safe. Your safe is optional, but this particular coach, we optioned it with it in there. But once again, for such a small coach, that is huge as far as how storage is on the smaller coaches. And as we walk back up to the front here, let me squeeze by you. We'll go over some of the options here. So you have your free air TV. You have your controls for your awnings. Once again, I apologize. I wish we could have put those out, but it was getting pretty windy out there, and I didn't want to risk damaging anything. You have your privacy shades here, your slide controls here, your Wi-Fi router. So we go to this compartment here. You see your satellite controls. There's your Wi-Fi router right there, so you turn everything on there. Your door awnings, security lights. So you have everything there. Then on this side, like we talked about, this particular coach does have solar, so you do have your charge controller right there that will monitor what your solar panels are doing. So you can kind of keep track of everything there. And then with the Newmar and the luxury line, you get the bigger screens, the navigation. You have the 360 cameras. So if you wanted to do cameras here, you can just scroll through your different options. You know, if you wanted to go to the sides, you wanted to go like basically an eagle view. So We have the back of the coach, and then this is basically if somebody was looking at you from above. So I like using this when I'm moving coaches around, or even when I'm driving, because you can kind of monitor all the way around what folks are doing behind you. Here, if you're hooking up your tow car or a trailer, you have 3 different views for your trailer hitch. And then you have all these menus here, and you can choose the individual cameras, the fronts, the sides, the side front, the side, and the rear. So that comes in super handy as you're driving. Then as we go here, this coach does have the auto leveling. So basically once you get to camp, you just hit auto level and the coach takes it from there. It'll level everything there. Here you have your power mirrors, right, left, up, down, side to side. Your heat, your automatic traction control override. This is for your window, fog lights. This is your battery boost. So if one side of your coach is dead but the other side still has power, you could just push either one to help the other batteries get started. Your dome lights, headlights, your wireless charger for your cell phone. This does have the this does have the push button to start. Everything now is, a lot of the functions are within the steering wheel now. Your heating and air conditioning is just your standard heating and air conditioning. A lot of your functions for your visors and your shades, your generator start, and everything is up here. This coach also has here the queen seat. So this seat was ordered as an option. That's a little bit wider for more comfort for your passenger. So as they're helping you navigate through everything, they have plenty of comfort. You do have the footrest. These chairs are heated. If you look on this side, your passenger even has his or hers own heating controls. So if you're different temperatures, or you like one's hot, one's cold, you can control all of that here. And then you have your step cover, your ceiling lights, your visors on this side. This window does open, so that will provide some ventilation for you. And you do have the let me see here, let me put that down here. So you do have the screen on there as well to do everything. And so guys, this is the 2023 Newmar Aire. This is at the Fountain location. Fountain is about 5 miles south of Colorado Springs. If you need any information, or you would like to do an additional live video tour with me, just give me a call. My number is 719-423-9813. So give me a call if you have any questions, and thanks for joining me today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.